anything like that. I went home and I knock on the door and my mom answers, and apparently now she's walking with a cane, and they just decided not to tell me at all. You know, and we're kind of a poor family, so she doesn't have like a nice cane, like a medically viable cane. This is this stick that my little brother and I used to beat each other with, and like sharpen. The point is actually sharpened. But when we used to just hit each other, my dad took like a crutch end and just stuck it on there. And my mom says, yeah, you know, my body just doesn't work anymore, and so now I walk like this. And I was like, great, Mom. Yeah, she was cat sitting for my older brother. And my brother was out, and she's like, yeah, I fell, and no one was there, so I was just lying on the floor for 2 hours, just by myself. I'm like, great, Mom, thank you for including me in this important decision. Yeah, they don't tell me anything. There was a period. My dad, just so you know, has been unemployed for June, July, about 10 years now. And there was a period for like I think 3 months when he would sneak out at night at like midnight, and he would go and work at the airport as like a TSA bag screener, and we had no idea. He just would be gone and come back and, oh man, yeah, I scanned this bag yesterday. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Have you been sleep depriving yourself again? Which, you know, he was. God knows if that was true. Yeah, so every time I come back, the house is like somehow different and worse than when I left it. Now, which is hard to imagine if you know me. I mean, when I was a kid, our floors got so cluttered. I actually remember cleaning my bedroom with a snow shovel, like the big orange one, just scooping stuff up. So I come home, and there is the working television in front of the non-working television, on top of the sideways non-working microwave that my parents just broke somehow. I don't know. My dad was probably making beer rice again. Ask me about that one later. Yeah, we have the way that we maintain our house, or I should say my parents' lack of maintenance on the house, is a little different. We're the kind of house on the block where people don't call the cops on us for like yelling and throwing stuff. They will call the cops on my family for letting our grass grow until it's like this high, and then a police officer has to come to your door and say, hi, you're terrible people, please get rid of this before any toddlers get lost again. So, part of this, I mean, my dad likes to be kind of a handy guy, or so he thinks. My grandpa's handy, you know, he builds furniture, so my dad decided, well, you know, our family, we live in a, like, 2 bedrooms and a closet, you know, whatever kind of house, and we had just too many people in our family, you know, because we're Catholic, so... So my little brother and I shared a bedroom, and my dad decides, you know what? No, none of this sleeping side to side crap. We're gonna build you some bunk beds.
Oh no.
So my bed is the standard twin size, but it doesn't have any of this header, footer. It's just a mattress and a box and a just pit of shame under which all of my toys and everything went. So my dad tries to build this bunk bed, and he takes a bunch of just sharp, splintery 2x4s, and I have no idea what they were attached to on the bottom, but they were screwed in at the top somehow to this folding, like, hotel, just metal thing. Have you guys ever slept? I don't. You guys are probably more well off. I mean, we slept in these things all the time when you just have too many people and they bring up one of these beds and it just unfolds into sadness. It's just, and it's like wider than my twin-size bed, but shorter at the same time. I also don't know where he got this thing. Like, I've never seen one of these for sale. He probably stole it from the church or something like that, which is not uncommon. My dad worked for the church for a long time, and he stole so many things. That's another time. Anyways, so he props this thing up on the 2x4s, and it's all just rickety, and I felt brave to climb under this thing and see my little brother's body just sink down to this on my face. And then he'd have a nightmare, and it would just bounce. But I don't think I was nearly as brave as my little brother for climbing into that thing every night, which, of course, every other night, he would roll right off the side. Now, I have slept in a regular bunk bed. You know, I was a freshman here. I had that. I never rolled out. I never even, touched that guardrail. But when you don't have that guardrail, it's just chaos. Every other night, he would roll off and just fall and just wake me up from my beautiful slumber because he's screaming. And you would think that after, the second time this happened, we would have moved our nightstand, but no, we just left it there for him to keep rolling on top of. So that's just a little glimpse into my childhood, as sad as it was and is now. Thank you guys.